So a lot of people get head gasket problems on their car and they want to know what to use to fix it instead of forking out $1.5 grand to get a new head gasket done on their car by a garage. Well, you can try Steel Seal. Now, I'm not trying to sell this or anything. I haven't even put it in my car yet. I've got a suspected head gasket going on my Subaru Impreza, so I'm going to give this a go. But before I put it in my engine, I just wanted to see how it works and what it actually turns into to seal the blockage, or to seal the leak, sorry. So with other sealants and stuff, they use little microparticles of bits of like metal and stuff like that, and bits of copper that go and bung up those holes, which is quite logical and a good way to do it. But it can also clog up other things like heater cores and stuff like that, so that's not good. So Steel Seal is totally clear, and it's based off 2 different chemicals. Once warmed up and exposed to extreme heat, it actually turns into like a fiberglass sort of thing, and it's a resin, guys. Basically, it's like a resin epoxy glue. So we're going to do a test right here, and I've got literally just like a lid off a tin. We're going to heat it up with a lighter with a little bit of the fluid on it, and we're going to see what happens when it heats it up. So basically, once it hits those compression gases and the heat within the cylinder, what's going to happen. So we're going to heat it up, and we're going to see what sort of, well, what the resin does, you know, if it does turn into a like proper steel as it's claiming to do, or if it is just like mush, crack really easy, and it's just going to be like a real temporary fix just to get you home sort of thing. So we're going to try it. It says on the bottle that if it doesn't work, you can get your money back. There is quite a procedure to get the money back though. You've got to like email them. Apparently you've got to show them proof of receipt that where you bought it, and you've got to show them a receipt of a garage saying that you definitely have 100% confirmed head gasket. So there is like little loopholes for them. This is really expensive. It's like £35 a bottle, but compared to $1.5 grand to get the engine done, it's a huge saving. So yeah, we're gonna warm this up now, guys, and see what happens. So what I'm going to do is crack this open, and we're going to put, just got like a straw here just to suck a little bit out. I don't want to use too much because obviously I've got to use it in my engine. It absolutely stinks of like a resin, so that's sort of a good sign. What we're going to do is just put a few drops onto this tin, and we're going to put the lid back on. Now I am using just like, well, it's just a tin lid. It's just a tin lid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it up so you guys can see without spilling out. I've sort of bent it so it should stay in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to light it up. It shouldn't be flammable, and we're just going to warm the tin up. It's probably going to smoke. We're going to see what happens once it gets really hot. Hopefully it doesn't burn my hands. Alright, so it's starting to smoke. I need to move it away from the camera a bit. It's starting to bubble, which is a good sign. It's as if it's going into like a cylinder head or something really warm like that. So that's a real good sign. It's starting to turn into like, man, I'm dripping a bit here. It's starting to actually turn into like a rubber. It looks like it's going like rubbery, like you're burning plastic. It looks like you're burning plastic. We're going to do it until it's all gone. Like it's completely, oh look, it's making like bubbles. That's weird. So if this was going around in a hot block though, that was just airlocked, I'm not too sure if this is what would be happening, because there's air here and yeah, it's real hot metal. So what happens if you put it back onto heat? It bubbles up, it's making like a big bubble. So it's like, I don't know what to think, but we're gonna let it cool down for approximately, I'd say 15 minutes. We'll let it cool down for 15 minutes. So technically we've turned the engine off now. I'm worried about that though. I'm worried that if all your water has somehow disappeared out of your engine while you've been running it for half an hour like directed in the bottle, that this is going to be lining all of your heater cores. It's going to line all of your pipes like this, but I don't know. Most cooling systems should be pressurized by then and stop any boiling, so it should stop this happening. But you do get bad head gaskets that have a lot of air in the system, like it's pumping a load of air into the system, but it's just gone really gloopy. So we'll give it 15 minutes, we'll come back. I don't want to touch it yet because it's red hot, and we'll have a little feel. Let's see, it's definitely burnt the bottom, so that should have got over 100 degrees, over boiling point for that to happen. So we'll come back in a moment. So it's had about 15 minutes to cool now. It's pretty solid, but it's supposed to cool over a whole night, not 15 minutes, and I don't know. I can't seem to chip it, which is good, but it is on a flimsy bit of metal, so I'll probably be able to crack it off, to be fair. But it is, I don't know, if you've got a head gasket leak, this is probably how thin it's going to be. So I've got it off here, you guys can see, and this is how thin it's going to get into the little waterway, like the little leak. And I can't see the strength to that. I really cannot see the strength to that at all. It's definitely resin, but look. Oh, see? So it's like as soon as you put pressure back on it, it's just cracking away. So it's like, how is it only going to work on low compression engines, or is it going to be fine on high compression engines? I don't know, it's actually baffled me. Maybe it does need like a full 24 hours to cure, not just like 15 minutes. Obviously it does say leave it to go cold, so maybe it does need a full 24 hours, and it's still wet under there. Oh my days. But yeah, anyway guys, hopefully this video has just educated you on what it is, like, and how it works, how it does it. I was intrigued to see how it does it, so that is how it does it, guys. Enjoy the video, smash a like, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.